Good evening, Gills fans, and welcome to my first episode on the Gills in the Blood YouTube channel. Just leaving the ground, 1-1 in the last minute, virtually the last kick. Josh Parker on debut. What's our initial reaction, fellas?
We got away with it massively. So poor.
The performance, in my opinion, was just as bad as when Edinburgh was in charge.
Level after a couple of minutes, and in fairness, it's a great response. It's a great goal from Ducky, isn't it, boss? Picks the ball up on his own and drives, and gets it onto his left and fires it in the bottom corner. Luckily enough tonight, as part of our match day live, this fella, goal scoring machine, hat-trick hero, has agreed to meet us before the game.
Yes, thank you very much for the remaining opportunity. Let you know the team will be coming out shortly. Thank you.
Everything's fine when you're winning games, but when you start losing games, you say it, you tweet anything, and people seem to jump on your back. Whether it's, I know people don't like that we go again shout, but there's only so much you can say as.
I know the feeling.
Right.
And when I did it, I was pretty sure that I'd done the cruciate.
Right.
But we still went for the scan, obviously, to make sure.
To go through the procedure, to just to make sure.
Before the scan, I was feeling quite optimistic about it and thinking, look, I know what to do if it is the worst, like I'll be fine. And knowing that I just signed a new contract, I'm not going to lie, did comfort me.
Nelson goal, Amar and Barrett sitting, Egan next to you, Cody up top. Simply has to leave this football club, and he has to leave this football club now. This is not getting any better. I wouldn't like to predict a final score.
It won't be 4-4.
In terms of value for money, it's about 85p a goal at the moment, which ain't too bad, but from 4-1 up, this is... Results picked up again, almost instantly, like they did last time.
Amazing, isn't it?
Why is that? Is it because it obviously happens? We're not the only club in Kent, but it happens. I mean, you look at tomorrow's opposition.
Yeah, it's strange because also there are clubs that made a change, it hasn't worked. Like Everton made the change with Unsworth, and unfortunately it hasn't really worked for them.
Come on, Thomas.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, I'm really not surprised at all. I put the work in. I really do put the work in.
That was the first thing we said pre-season. That I think it was even right back to Faversham when you made your debut. Yeah. Because obviously it was quite close to the pitch there, that little that Salters Lane or whatever it's called. And I remember you charging down there right back after about 30 seconds, and the poor lad looked terrified. In fact, he said you steaming towards him after
he always told you why afterwards. This is the reason why. And next game I'm playing, and he, you know what I mean, he scored again, and it's just like I felt fresh. Maybe I wouldn't have felt fresh doing all that travelling, and so he always had his reasons. And I think that's why we had a great season.
I want to say bottom line is you've got a middle range around with it, and all sits on the mantelpiece, so he done something. Yes! Telly, as well up Max over, Tommy's. Oh, that's brilliant!
It's in the screen.
You let them enough, referee! Corner to Gills, Dean Parrott, out swinging right foot. Oh, flat again. Just park up! Come on! Gills are in front! Elliot List has banked one in the roof for the I remember the Wolves one on the telly.
Yeah, that was the best feeling because they battered us really, didn't they? They were a good team. They were all over us. Nils made some great saves in the first half.
Who was the overhead kick against?
Also, yeah, that's got to be my best goal.
John Max Taylor nodding in a winner.
I'd like to eat it.
I don't care who does it as long as someone does it in a minute. But come on, Luke, this has to be good. It's to Max Taylor. Oh, yeah! Brandon Adler has scored! An assist for Max Taylor! Gills lead approaching the final! I felt I had to do something and pay tribute to Justin Edinburgh, the man, and Justin Edinburgh, the football manager. The footballing community and the world would probably be a worse place. Who's taking it, boss? Mikhail and Jolly. Keeper's wasting his time. Referee's telling him to get on his line. This is huge, 72 played. Here he comes now, Mikhail and Jolly. Superb penalty into the corner. We lead 2-0 with 18 minutes to play. Come on. Where's that gone? We've got left 5 minutes plus injury time. It's another throw in. Seems like it's about the 100th throw in the half. Come on, Gills. Come on, Max, win that. Yes. Oh, he dug away the second ball. Come on, Jack. Go Barry Fuller's feet. Come on, Stuart. That's it. Come on, get some width. Right, now load the box. Come on, Marshall. Good delivery. Yes. Oh. Come on. Yeah! Go on, Ollie Lee. Set it for Manjon. Get in!
To like regroup and then you have to start again, and it's very difficult to keep lifting yourself again and again and again. But you have to try and find a way because it's the football club. This is what you're doing it for. That you guys, your fans, and if you like sack it off at any point, then you might as well not be there. You're not part of that squad. We need people who's trying hard every week, and that's ultimately.
We almost looked like we gave them too much respect for the first hour and ended up 3-0 down, but we absolutely terrified him last 25, didn't we?
Yeah, we you know, if he'd come on and he was on and you know, he was putting himself about, and you know, again, you know, we sort of got back into it. You know, maybe it's a bit too late, but yeah, I mean, I remember it was a really good game. I enjoyed playing in it, but Zola was just one of them players. He just went into little areas that you didn't really want to go as centre half, and then you think you got him, and he's gone. He's just
Dave Martin wasn't going to ever be there for over a course of time. It was do the job now.
Yeah, for the here and now. Yeah,
and then your Hess come in to take his role over.
Yeah,
and he had 3 or 4 years in him, and I think that's where it changed. It was like, right, how can I stop the rot? How can we turn this around? Do it next season. Consolidate the season after that. Let's get better. And it was just a constant evolving of a club and a team.
It was just unbearable, and it just.
So at that point, you knew you was probably trying to mask it a little bit, but you knew in your head that this ain't working anymore.
Yeah, and then on worth to make matters worse, my other ankle started playing up. So yeah, it was literally both ankles in the end. So
I walked into the corner because was that the year we're having the stands built?
It was being built,
It was being built. So I've come in the corner because the dressing room's round the back. I've come in on that corner, and just literally the first action I saw was AD slicing
right in the top corner. I bet he's thinking that was a good day to be stuck in traffic.
The closest to the team, we knew, like, we can't against a Man City at Wembley. We were the underdogs at the time, but we thought we'd go out there and win the game. You know, which we
very nearly did.
Very nearly did, and we were way underdogs.
Yeah,
you know, they were favourites, and they were saying 4 or 5-0 this is going to be. You know, but we turned up. We knew if we stuck together as a team, we would put them under pressure and you know, win the game, and we nearly did.
Summer.
So you knew in advance that was going to be your final game for.
Yeah, and I was in a bad way on the pitch, so it wasn't, you know, my family. Oh, why did he take you? I was struggling, and he was shoring it up. So we're 2-0 up with a few minutes to go. You know, he's done nothing wrong. It was just fate.
Between like the players, between the staff, there was no pressure from anybody for me to score goals.
No, I think there was still plenty of assists and things like that. It just didn't seem to want to go in between the two posts.
Yeah. And then you know, obviously we were still getting some decent results, which was good, which obviously helped. And so, you know, I just felt like, you know, I just needed to continue to try and play well, you know, in the games, which is obviously really important, and everything else.
The press get hold of it, look at this, then the media have a great way of spinning things. I look at what's happened recently with the coronavirus, that was spun, where the MPs were coming out and saying, "Oh, these football players, blah blah blah."
It's one of them where I've just got to the ball just a fraction of a second earlier, and to be fair, I've actually had to jump out of the way, because the way it was going in, if my foot was planted, it could have been, like I say, ankle or a leg breaker. So I've actually had to jump out the way to protect myself in many ways. It's not.
It was a bit. I think he's not telling the truth.
He's off the floor because of it.
I think he's being a little bit clever there more. So I think
he's trying to say you dive, Nick.
He was clever, mate. Listen, would I have ever done
to read bad tweets? But when you get one from a fan of another club or whatever, and it's at the end of the day, to me, it's just football banter. I don't mind it. I'm used to it. I've been called every name under the sun, so for me, it's normal. But it does kind of fuel you, like after a game when you see a comment, or before a game on the way to a stadium, and those are the kind of things that, you know, you'd normally get when there are fans there. You know, you get off the coach at an away stadium and people are shouting stuff at you. And
I think if Maidstone had beaten us on that day, they would have gone up. I think they was on a great run, and they was going to go to Division 3. And we think, oh Christ, that would be the worst thing ever if you're a Gillingham fan.
Because you've seen them, like you said, that noisy neighbour type thing already, yeah.
And obviously we beat them. And I think after that, they like Keith said to me, they went on a bad run. They couldn't sustain it.
You was at least involved in the opener. I'm giving it to you. I think every Jill gives it to you, and I'm sure you claimed it, and the defender don't want it, like they said at the time. But talk me through the playoffs and tell me who got the goal.
Phillips has put it back in the box. Where's it gone? Surely he's got it. How has he not got in? Danny Lloyd Boy just had to walk in.
Come on, Aaron Chapman.
Yeah!
All of us picked it up. Just putting it on the spot now. This is a big moment. Whatever you do, V, pick your side and go. Here he comes now. Puff of the cheeks. Good Dane Oliver.
He's takes the keeper the wrong way, and we're back in front. Come on!
About what's going on. So if Paul Scally is watching this, and I highly doubt he is, we're not doing it to just be horrible or have a dig at Paul Scally. We're doing it because we genuinely have concerns about the way that the club's being run. And that doesn't mean we have all the answers. We're not experts. We're not chairman. I understand that. But you simply cannot call us out and say we're not proper supporters just because we don't agree with everything you do.
No, agreed. The guy paid £1 for the club. You know, he's done very well off the back of this. You know, and good on him. You know, he had the cojones to go and do it back in the 90s. But for me, you know, you're in your 60s now, Paul. Retire happy without any stress.
Smashes in the top corner and Gills lead on 2-0.
Dane Oliver, centre half getting handsy with him again, tugging his shirt. It's going to be Akehurst. Flatter one this time. John McKinney's won the flick. Dane Oliver! Yeah! 1-0 to the Gills in front of the travelling support. We lead the Hillsborough. This is a relegation performance. It's 3-0. Brian Jackson switches off, ball inside. And then it's a square ball to Macaulay Bonn, who's one of the top scorers in the division. He's unmarked with 7-8 yards out. This is done. 23 minutes done. Season, maybe.
You know, I think it shows I care. You know, I've never done that before. And I walked away back to the train station at 3:30, actually feeling quite sad that I've had to do that. I felt the need to do that because, you know, I've put so much money into this football club over the years. And it's not the fact we was losing 3-0 to Ipswich. It's just culmination of the things. And I think that was just the tipping point. I'm not wasting my time anymore watching that. And, yeah.
That's all we've got. And they're right. They're not wrong, to be fair. We really are. It was an absolute capitulation of the highest order from everybody, aside from maybe 2 or 3 wearing a Gillingham football shirt. I said I've run out of adjectives to describe how poor we are, and I'm still struggling now because I've used them far too many times this season. And I hate sitting here. It's heartbreaking talking about performances like this, and our football club being in the state that it's in. Goalkeeper's trying to take his time. He might be getting booked here if he's not careful.
Come on!
It's not looked at him.
Please, Danny, come on!
Keeper jumping up and down on his line. Whistle goes.
Come on, Dan. Danny! Saves a keeper the wrong way! And Gills lead by a goal to 0! Come on!
Give us something to cheer about and we'll back you all the time and we'll continue to do that. And like I've said, we might get relegated because we'll run out of games. But if we go down swinging and we go down fighting, that's all we can ask of. All we want is a football team to be proud of. We're not asking for millions of pounds. We're not asking for...
Yes!